Hey guys, today I wanted to do an update on my third trimester of pregnancy, which is so insane that I'm in my third trimester. I am 31 weeks today, so there's about 9 weeks left to go before hopefully I will meet little Ellie. So I just wanted to talk about how everything's going, how my appointments have been going, how setting up our apartment for her has been going, just kind of how my pregnancy is going so far. So if you want to hear all about how me and Ellie are doing, then just keep watching. So today I am 31 weeks. I'm due on April 17th. I had my baby shower this past weekend, this past Sunday, and it was amazing. So many people were there. My best friend Katie from New Jersey came down, and my Aunt Ellie, the Ellie that Ellie's named after, came up from Florida with my Aunt Karen. They were both like so special to me. That meant the world to me. It meant more than all the presents of the baby shower combined for them to be there. So that was amazing. I'll insert some pictures of the baby shower. It was decorated so adorably. It was just perfect. I had an amazing time. And I'm having another church baby shower this coming weekend, next weekend, which is going to be really nice. And Brian's mom and some of her friends are throwing me that one. Little Ellie is growing right on track. When I go to my midwife, which now I'm up to going to her every 2 weeks, so I feel like I see her like every single day. It feels so often. They still do my fundal height, which is from your pubic bone to the height top of your uterus. And it is supposed to be the same amount in centimeters as you are in weeks. So like at my 30-week appointment, I was exactly 30 centimeters, which is right on track. That means she's growing well. At my last ultrasound, which feels like forever ago because it was forever ago, it was at 20 weeks. She was measuring at the 50th percentile, and since we haven't had an ultrasound since then, but I'm measuring right on, I assume that that's still probably what she's gonna be. According to all my pregnancy apps that I have, she should be around 3 pounds right now, but I don't know how the apps work, if they do that for what percentile the baby is in for, because I'm getting the same emails that anyone at 30 weeks gets. So I don't know. That's a good question. That's just my question. But she's probably around 3 pounds. I feel her kick a lot more now, which is so comforting. She especially kicks a ton at night, or like when I wake up early in the morning, if I'm not jumping out of bed for work, if I can like hang out in bed a little bit when I'm laying down, that is when she kicks a lot. I swear I can feel like her whole body in my belly. There's like this big round thing that I'm pretty sure is her butt, because I've read that most people, when they feel like a round thing, they assume it's their head, but it's their butt, and it's kind of up towards the top. So I really hope that's her butt and not her head, because then she wouldn't be breech. They haven't told me much about her position in my belly, because my midwife says that she still has, like 9 weeks to roll around in there and change positions. So even if they told me today she's breech, that may or may not mean anything by delivery date. So that's what's going on with that. I'm still planning on having a completely natural delivery. That is my number one hope for the whole process. So many people think I'm crazy, and honestly, that's been like the one annoying thing about pregnancy. I haven't had a lot of like unwanted advice or whatever, except for about that. So many people are like, oh, are you gonna get the epidural? Just wait for the epidural. And I'm like, I don't want an epidural. And they're like, oh, you won't make it. You'll change your mind. Just wait till you feel it. You haven't felt it before. And that's really annoying to me, because I feel like when someone is setting out to do something that's difficult, the last thing they need is discouraging remarks or like jokes. Like so many people have made jokes about it, and it's like if one of my friends told me that they wanted to run a marathon, I wouldn't say, you're not going to do that. Just wait till you're 5 miles in. You won't be able to make it. I'd be like, that's awesome. Good job. That's so crazy. I couldn't do that, but that's awesome that you want to do that. But when it comes to childbirth, sorry, I'm like up on my soapbox right now, but it's really annoying me. I do not judge anyone who gets an epidural or has a C-section. For all I know, something could go wrong and I could end up having to have a C-section, or she could be breech or whatever. But if everything is normal and I'm able to have a vaginal delivery, then I very, very, very much want to go naturally. It's just what I want for me and for Ellie. So I'm just so sick of people saying, oh, you're not going to be able to make it. Oh, you haven't felt it. And just, I honestly would say 99% of people who I have told have been discouraging. And it's just frustrating. I understand people saying, oh my gosh, you're crazy. I want an epidural, blah, blah, blah. But people who just straight up say you won't be able to do that, well, that motivates me even more, because I hate to say I'm a competitive person. I'm not doing anything to prove people wrong. But when people tell me I can't do something, that makes me want to do it even more. So that is still my hope for her delivery. Sorry that I went off on a huge tangent, but I'm still very much hoping to have a natural delivery. I have a few birth classes coming up before delivery, and I've been doing an online course on hypnobirthing, which that sounds like so granola and whatever, but I really believe in it, and I've heard so many success stories. So I believe in myself. I think that I can do it. I think that if I go into it with a positive attitude, and as my favorite midwife, Ida Mae Gaskin, I'm getting off on a tangent, says, you need to have a yes attitude instead of a no attitude. Contractions are painful because your body is working and doing what it's supposed to do to push the baby out. It is not, you're not in pain because you're sick. Birth is not a sickness. I think I have nothing to be afraid of because I'm going to be in a hospital and I'm going to be safe. And if anything goes wrong, I'm surrounded by doctors and nurses and midwives who can help me. So that's my goal. I'll update you on that after it happens. But yeah, sorry I went off on that tangent. Anyways, so we got a lot of great stuff at the baby shower. We're doing pretty good. I'm not going to say we're like all set on everything, but we do have a lot of newborn diapers. I have her crib all set up. I just got the car seat in the base and everything this week. She has her rock and play, which I've heard babies love to sleep in, so hopefully she'll love to sleep in that. We have a high chair that can work all the way from newborn up to like a toddler, because it turns into just a booster seat. So we have a lot of the things we need. There are still some things that we need to stock up on, but we can be working towards that up until delivery. I did this little game at Ellie's baby shower where we had a calendar and it said, when will Ellie's birthday be? And everyone signed off on when they think her birthday will be. Only 1 or 2 people put her as being early. Almost everyone put her as being late. I'm like, why does everyone want me to go to 41 weeks? I want her to stay in there and roast a little longer. I want her to be healthy, but I'm not trying to be 41, 42 weeks pregnant, hobbling around feeling miserable. So my official guess, putting it out into the world, is that she'll be born on April 11th. And that also just so happens to be a full moon. So if you have a guess for when you think she'll be born, put it down below. My due date's on the 17th. I have had 0 Braxton Hicks contractions so far, which, I mean, I don't really feel any way about that. I think that if I was having them, my body would already be preparing for labor, but there's really just no way to tell. Oh, at my appointment, 2 appointments ago, I did the glucose tolerance test, and I do not have gestational diabetes. Yay, I'm really excited about that, because my aunt had gestational diabetes, and it's not a good thing. It makes your pregnancy more high risk. So I was really relieved to get those results. from losing weight at the beginning to now, overall in my pregnancy, I've gained 5 pounds. So I feel pretty good about that at 31 weeks. I'm not trying to like brag about it, gag me, because everyone is so different. Everyone's body and pregnancy and appetite is so different. I would be perfectly happy if I had gained 30 pounds by now, as long as Ellie was healthy and I was healthy. But that's where I'm on that. I've gained 5 pounds. I'm feeling pretty good. My back hurts all the time, especially from like sitting down to standing up, or laying down to standing up is miserable. And I've been having some hip pain, especially in my right hip. When I'm walking, I'm almost like I'm waddling and limping at the same time, which is like ridiculous. Everyone at work makes fun of me. But I've looked it up, and apparently it is usually in your right hip. It's probably from just all my joints and ligaments loosening up to try to expand my pelvis so I can push a baby through there. So I'm not worried about it. It just doesn't feel very good, and it's not very fun. I will insert pictures of kind of her nursery area, which is her crib is next to our bed, and we have a glider in our bedroom. And then in our little dining room nook area, which is actually off our bedroom, is where I have a dresser set up and all her clothes in the dresser, and kind of all of her essentials are going to be in there. So that's what's going on with that. I'll insert some pictures of that, and there's still a few decorations we have to hang up, but other than that, we're pretty much set. But thank you so much for watching this video and keeping up with our journey to little baby Ellie Reese. If you have any questions for me, put them down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys very soon.